Hello again and welcome to GPA Distance Learning. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss adjectives and adverbs that compare. Before we are going to start, if I will say comparative, you will say superlative. When I say superlative, you will say comparative. Now let's try. Comparative, comparative, superlative, superlative, comparative. Now that's great. Now let's move to our value of the week. Being brave and staying safe. How to be being brave and what is bravery? Bravery isn't about something magical that happens inside us to make us not scared. Remember, you won't always feel ready. So that's why it is brave. So when you feel like you are scared, it means you are brave. Let's move here in staying safe. In order to stay safe, you need to protect yourself. Then how are you going to protect yourself? You're going to wear a mask everywhere or every time you will go outside. Wherever you will go, again, you're going to wear a mask. Now let's move here to our vocabulary words. Adverbs are used to describe verbs to compare actions. Verbs are action words. Remember verbs? Can you give an example of a verb? That's great. Now let's move here. Adjectives. When you say adjectives, are used to describe nouns. Now, what is a noun? A noun is a name of a person, place, or things. Now let's move here. Comparative. When you say comparative, you're going to compare differences between the two objects they modify. Again, comparative, you're going to compare two objects. How about superlative? When you say superlative, you're going to compare three or more people, places, or things. What is an adjective? Before we are going to answer that question, we have to answer first the question, what is a noun? Remember, a noun is a name of a person, place, or a thing. Now, remember, adjectives describe nouns. So I have here three nouns, right? So this is a doctor, a school, and a table. So we are going to think two words in each noun so that we can describe all of them. So we will start here. So can you give two words to describe this doctor here? Yes, we can use the word tall. So we can use also the word smart. So we are now describing this doctor. Now we are done here. Let's move to the next one. So we can use the word small and clean since this school is very clean. Now how about the table? We can use the word big and brown. So we are now describing all of these nouns. Now let's move here. We are going to play a game. So this is called hunt and find. All you have to do is to find the adjective in each sentence. So I will going to give you 5 seconds to do this activity. So I have already the first sentence. So the timer starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The answer is old. Yes, since this word describes the word store, which is our noun, because store here is a place. Now let's move here to the next sentence. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The answer is quick, because this word describes the word fox. So the fox here is our noun. Great. Remember, an adjective can compare actions. Now here, an adjective can be used to compare two nouns. Here are the examples. Fast to faster, short to shorter, tall to taller. So if you have noticed, I used here the ending ER. So remember, when you are comparing two nouns, you're going to use or to add the ending ER. Again, when you're comparing two nouns, you're going to add the word or the ending ER. Now let's check the example. Shama is faster than Abdulaziz. Now here in our sentence, we are comparing two nouns between Shama and Abdulaziz. Now I have here one question. Can you tell who ran faster? Now, before we are going to answer this question, we are going to figure out where is the adjective in our sentence. Yes, the adjective here is the word faster. And faster describes Shama, which is our noun. So the question is, can you tell who ran faster? The answer is Shama. That's great. Now let's move here. An adjective can be used to compare more than two nouns. So now we are going to compare more than two nouns. I have here an examples. Tall to tallest, high to highest, large to largest. So if you have noticed again, I used here the ending est. So remember, when you are comparing more than two nouns, you're going to add the ending est. Again, when you are comparing more than two nouns, you're going to add the ending est. Let's check the example. Mira is the tallest girl in the team. Now here, in our sentence, we are comparing more than two nouns between Mira and the team. Now we are going to check where is the adjective in our sentence. So the adjective here is the word tallest, since the word tallest describes Mira, which is our noun. So that's great. Now how about for longer adjectives that compare two nouns, we are going to add the word more. For example, beautiful, beautiful, more beautiful. Famous, more famous. Attractive, more attractive. Now let's check with our examples. Football is more difficult than playing badminton. So we are comparing two nouns here between football and badminton. But then we are using the word more. So football is more difficult than playing badminton. So we are now comparing two nouns. Let's check the second example. Mariam is more beautiful than Samantha. Again, we are now comparing two nouns between Mariam and Samantha. So we use the word more. Now how about if we are going to compare more than two nouns? Now let's check it here. So for longer adjectives that compare more than two nouns, we are going to add the word most. So I have here an examples. Expensive to most expensive. Interesting to most interesting. Dangerous, most dangerous. Again, when you're comparing more than two nouns, you're going to add the word most. Now let's check with our examples. The lion is the most dangerous land animal in the world. Now we are comparing more than two nouns here between lion and the land animal in the world. So we are using the word most. Here is the last example. This watch is the most expensive one in the store. So we are comparing again more than two nouns. So we are using most. Now let's move here. We are done with adjectives. Now we will move to what is an adverb. Now remember, adverb is a word, describes a verb, an adjective, or another verb. Now I have here an example. Moza is walking slowly. Remember, an adverb describes a verb. Now, where is our adverb here? Yes, our adverb is the word slowly, since it is describing the word walking. And the walking here is our verb. Now remember, adverbs can tell where, when, and how something happens. Now let's check again another example. Aisha is singing beautifully. Now the word beautifully describes the word singing. So singing here is our verb. Now let's move here. Remember, an adverb can compare actions. So, adverbs that compare two things end with the suffix er. Again, adverbs that compare two things end with the suffix er, and it is called comparative. Again, two things, you're comparing two things, you're going to add er, and then it is called comparative. Let's check with our example. The word here is fast, and then we will make it into faster. If you have noticed, I use the suffix er because we are going to use this word to compare two actions between this boy and this girl. Now we will check the sentence. I drank milk faster than her. So you are comparing now two actions between him and this girl. Now let's check another example. Soon to sooner. Again, we use the suffix er, and then we are going to use this word to compare two actions between this boy and the other boy. Let's check the sentence. I finished writing sooner than you. So you are comparing two actions between this boy and the other boy. Now, how about if we are going to compare more than two actions? So remember, you're going to use the suffix est when you are comparing more than two things or two actions. And it is called superlative. Now, we will check the example. Muhammad made fewest mistakes in math exam in the class. So, you are using now est because you are comparing more than two actions here between Muhammad and the class. So again, when you are comparing more than two actions, you're going to use the suffix est. Now let's move here to our quick review. Complete the following sentence with the correct answer. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to answer. Now let's start with the first sentence. Sarah is the blank girl in the team. What do you think is the answer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Timers up. The answer here is most beautiful because you are comparing Sarah and the team. You are comparing more than two nouns. So let's move to the second sentence. Farah's hair is blank than Salma's hair. So we are comparing here two nouns. So what do you think is the answer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Timers up. So the answer here is longer because you are comparing only two nouns. So you are going to add er. I think you're ready now to answer the online quiz posted on the Google Classroom. Thank you and have a good day.